Coached the Los Angeles Dodgers for 20 years. He won 2 World Series with the Dodgers in 1981 and 1988. But more importantly, he's been one of the biggest ambassadors of the game. He's helped grow baseball throughout the United States and then also internationally. So we're extremely lucky to have Tommy here today to talk to all you guys. I want you to be like a sponge during his talk. Try to soak up as much of the information that he shares, because it'll be information that's going to help you guys as players and in life. So with that, I want to give a warm welcome to Tommy Sorda.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. When I hear stories like that, it makes me think I just died. But it's nice to be here today with all of you. Your parents, I gathered that. You're people who are interested in your sons, people who love your sons, and people who want your sons that do the best in their life. Now, I'll tell you this much, that these young men that you see out here, this is the most important part of their life. Because here are where they're going to learn to do the things that they will use for the rest of their life. And I'll tell you why. When they aren't playing, they play for the team. When they grow up, they're going to be working for somebody. They play to the best of their ability. When they grow up, they're going to have to do things to the best of their ability. They have here the will to win. And then when they grow up, they're going to use that same will to win in some other places. Some of them will continue in baseball, and some of them will continue into business. But what you're seeing here today plays a very, very important part in the life of these players, right here. What they learn here is going to be imprinted into their life for the rest of the time. And to you parents, I just want to tell you one thing. I've attended Little League openers. I've attended all kind of openers. And remember this, some of the parents I hear, they get on the umpires. Leave them alone. These guys don't make that kind of money that you can ride them. These guys give their time and energy to come out and umpire the game. Kind of encourage them, because they're really special people. And number 2, you parents, remember, if that young man strikes out with the bases loaded, he feels awful bad. And you don't criticize him because he struck out. You tell him he had 3 good swings. That's what helped. So you got to build their confidences up. When they come home and they say, well, you made 2 words and you lost the game. That's not that important. If they make mistakes, you tell them, Rick, pick up the morning paper and see how many mistakes are made in the major leagues. I managed 20 years in the major leagues, and I still make mistakes when they come to play for me. So remember that. Encourage them. Be proud that they're able to walk out on that field, because there are millions of youngsters in this country who don't have the opportunity to do what these boys are doing today. So all of you parents, I commend you, because you take the time, you get interested. My father, who came over from Italy, I said, hey, Pop, why don't you come out and see me pitch? He said, I got to work. I know can come out and play. See you play? But look at you parents. You come out and see your sons play. That's the greatest thing in the world. That's the confidence that you've given them. So please don't ever discourage them. Encourage them. And to you youngsters, this is an opportunity for you guys to do something physically and mentally. You learn how to play the game, and you're going to have to learn the way of life when you grow up. You have to give everything you have to your team. That's what you're going to have to do when you grow up. You're going to want to win. That's what you're going to have to do when you grow up. So right here is where you're laying the abilities for the rest of your life. You may not think that right now, but you'll remember what I'm telling you, that what you do in that uniform now is going to play a very, very important part in your life. First of all, I want to thank my good friend Warren, who has made it possible for these young men to play. This man right over there, look at him with his arms folded. He's taken this team all over. He's taken them to the Dominican Republic. He's taken them all over to play baseball. He's taken them now, planning to take them in Cuba to play against the youngsters in Cuba. This man realizes how important it is to get these youngsters started in life. So there he is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a nice round of applause. And you mothers, I look up to you because your husbands work, you take them to the park, you pick them up, you take them there, you take them anywhere they're going to play, the heart that you have, and you realize how important it is for them to be able to play baseball. So continue doing what you're doing. You should be proud. And you guys sit all right here. Give your mothers a nice round of applause. Because they're the only ones that'll love you, not the other team ain't gonna love you. All right, and to you youngsters, I want to say this to you. Play baseball, it's a great sport. You can play in the big leagues one day. Oh, nobody knows who in this crowd right here will be playing in the major leagues. To play in the major leagues, you got to play baseball. You got to love to play baseball. You got to want to win. But that winning is not important right now at your age. But you got to want to win anyway. So when you're 25 and 30 years old, you're going to look back on these days that you played baseball. And you're going to remember how great it was that you had an opportunity to a uniform. When I was your age, I never had a uniform. We played at the park. We played other teams with no uniforms. We didn't have hardly any bats. We had one bat. And we had a couple of balls that our town that I lived in, they had a prison there. And the walls of the prison were as high as the top of this screen here. And we would wait in the cemetery if those guys would hit the ball over there and get the ball so we can go and play with it. Do you have to do that? No. Do you have to worry about where you're going to go to play? No. Look at you, how good you look in the uniform. Who got those uniforms for you? You didn't buy them. Somebody got them for you. And you appreciate what those people who bought these uniforms for you. Appreciate what they're doing for you. Appreciate the fact that they think the world of you and they want to see you out here playing. Think of how many youngsters in this country that cannot play. They're crippled, they're sick, and whatever. God has blessed each and every one of you. And make sure you thank God at night before you go to bed. So remember, I'll tell you another thing. Get yourself a good education. Education is something that you will use for your entire life. You'll go as far in life as smart as you are. If you learn in school, you get a good education, that's what you're going to wind up with for the rest of your life. So bear down in that classroom. Do you want to be the best on your team? Okay. But do you want to be the smartest in your grade? You work hard in school? You want to get a good education, right? Absolutely. That's very, very important to each and every one of you. And remember your parents who take you to the games, interested in how you do. They sit there and pull for you that you get a base hit or pitch and win a game. But you know what you got to do? every night before you go to sleep, you kiss your parents and say, God bless you. Thank you for what you do for me. So when you put that uniform on, you play to the best of your ability. You know, I managed the Dodgers for 20 years. I had Kenny Landrew over there, right there, played center field for me. He was the kind of guy that when he put that uniform on, he played baseball like my wife shops all day long. So Kenny, take a bow. So you guys going to have fun today? Absolutely. When you get out on that field, give it the best you can. And if you strike out, remember one thing. The greatest guy that played in the major leagues had more strikeouts than anybody else, which was Babe Ruth. He struck out a lot of times. So why can't you strike out? If you make errors, just pick up the morning paper and see how many errors are made in the major leagues. So you can make errors. If they can make them up there, you can make them down here. So don't get discouraged. Don't worry about it. Do the best you can on the next time. So when you go to bed tonight, you say your prayers. You thank God for your wonderful parents who take care of you. They worry about you, and they love you very, very much. So I think right now I want each and every one of you to give a great round of applause for your parents. They are the unsung heroes. They're the unsung heroes of our game. They're the ones that sit there day in the sun watching you play. They think it's very important that you do play. So they take you. Your fathers are all working, trying to raise a family and earn a living. But your mama's right there with you, taking you to the parks every day and taking you back. So it's very, very important that you don't ever, ever disappoint your parents. Don't ever do anything to embarrass your parents. Don't ever do anything and break the laws. You'll break your parents' heart. So remember that. And remember one thing, when you put that uniform on, have fun. That's what it's all about. Have fun. I played baseball when I was your age. I never had a uniform. I never had 5 bats laying there. I had this. I got it picked up. I went to see the older guys play. They got in a fight on the field and they took the third baseman's glove. And I realized it was for a right-hander. So I had a right-handed glove for a left-hander. But I played the game because I loved it. Do whatever you think. You can be whatever you want to be in this country. All you gotta do is pay the price. Nobody's gonna hand it to you. Nobody's gonna come here, you got to earn everything you get in life. And all it takes is self-confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, you got a problem. You gotta have self-confidence in anything that you do. Let me ask you, what grade are you in? 7th? What do you play here? What position? Shortstop. You look like a shortstop. Okay? Now you play shortstop, you go to school. Are you the smartest guy in your class? You better be the smartest guy in your class because you want to be the best on this team, don't you? Then do it in this classroom too. That's how important education is. See that man over there that supports this baseball team? He got to college, he got a great education. He's been a very successful man. And what's he do? He loves all these players here because he puts uniforms on them, takes them wherever they go to play, and he's right there with them. And one of the greatest, most successful men in this country. but he thinks being here with you is very, very important. So when you go to bed tonight, kiss your mother goodnight and father goodnight. Lay your head on the pillow. Thank God you're able to play baseball. You're able to do the things you want to do. So if you have any compassion in your heart when you say prayers, if you say one prayer for Tommy and the Dodgers, I love you all.